Our next company, like HT Bioimaging, is a medical device company, Sense Neuro Diagnostics. The CEO, Geoff Klass, will tell us why accuracy and speed can help in traumatic brain injuries.
Thank you, Mark. Geoff Klass from Sense Diagnostics, and we're developing technology to detect, measure, and monitor neurological disorder of the brain in real time and non-invasively. Our focus right now is on stroke and traumatic brain injury. And why? Because there is no objective way to triage or monitor these patients. It's all very subjective, looking in their eyes, speaking to them, and have them move. There is no looking inside the brain. And the volume of patients is massive, but it's fraught with delays to treatment, which results in permanent disability and death. We're creating two devices using the same technology, one for use in the field, which will be used by EMTs in the ambulance, and the other one will be used in hospital in the Nero ICU for patients that are susceptible to expanding bleeds. The technology, very, very simply put, works by passing radio frequency waves through the brain, which is able to distinguish between normal brain tissue, blood from internal hemorrhages, or ischemic tissue, which is brain tissue without any blood due to a blockage. The scan is performed in 40 seconds. 700 data points are collected, and we analyze the entire cranial vault, and we can see bleeds as small as 1 milliliter, which is about the size of a pea. It allows us to differentiate between all stroke subtypes, which is very critical, and also to see brain injury, traumatic brain injury, and the hemorrhages that are resulted of that. The market is huge. In the US and the EU alone, we have 7 million patients, and also India, where you have 1.5 million stroke patients, and God knows how many TBI injuries, but we know that 500,000 of them die per year. The combined US and EU market is $3 billion. We're going to enter through the market through the comprehensive stroke centers and trauma centers here in the US. We'll be selling the scanner at a less than $5,000 cost. The headset is a $500 disposable headset. So it's a razor blade model, helps the hospitals improve patient outcomes and reduce their ICU costs. We then enter the ambulance market, well over 45,000 of those in the country. Gross margins will be at 90%, and it'll help them to effectively triage patients and reduce their operating costs. In India, it will be both a research and a commercial opportunity. We will be doing our pivotal trial for FDA submission, half at least in India, and we will submit for regulatory approval in that country at the same time. The military is another very important market to us. Traumatic brain injury is the signature wound in the Army today. We have been requested by NATO to come to the Center for Medical Excellence in Budapest and present to them. We have presented to the U.S. Air Force, and we have been also asked to submit for a $3 million grant to the DoD for monitoring and detection of traumatic brain injury. This is our competition. They only focus on one thing, and that is the field market. And the majority of them are limited in technology to where they can only detect a large vessel blockage. But that's only 1/3 of the puzzle. We solve all three pieces to the puzzle of stroke. We also see bleeds from traumatic brain injury, and we're the only company that has an in-hospital monitoring device, which is very critical in the market today. Where we sit right now, we have our TCEP trial ongoing, which is stroke differentiation. That's going very well. It should finish up in a couple months. Our pivotal trial for FDA and India regulatory submission begins in September, a 400-patient trial to be done both here in the US and in India, as I said, and that should finish up at the end of 2020. We have an excellent team. Our founders are all part of the team. They're scientists, they're neurocritical care physicians, neurologists, and then we're led by myself and Dan Kincaid, another serial entrepreneur who's had some strong exit. We're raising $7 million right now in our Series B on a 9.375 valuation. We have $3 million raised to date. We will be closing on our India investment today, I hope, for $500,000, and the seed invest we're in seed invest right now, and that looks to be another $5. After that, we begin our Series B3, and we have some of those dollars identified and in discussion with much of the rest. Thank you for your time.